Welcome on board. This is a programmable USB Type-C lithium battery charger, but it has one major difference compared to other chargers. This board uses a tiny charging chip, this one, that also includes an integrated battery protection unit. That's why you will find one connector for the battery, this one, which I have soldered to this battery. You don't need to use such a big battery. This is just for testing purpose. And also this X-edge connector for the load, which could be connected to another circuit, a device, or anything else you want to power. With just a few passive components, you can build this entire full-featured charger board. Simply follow my PCB and make one of your own. I have programmed the board for the 400 milliamps charging current. Let's check this with this clamp meter. So let me turn this on and put it on DC current. This is AC. Put it on DC and connect this USB Type-C cable from my mobile charger to this charger board. Now I connect this clamp meter and there we go. The charging current is pretty accurate and acceptable for this charger board. So that's it for now. Let's go to the schematic and PCB section. Alright, here is the Altium developed software. This is the schematic document, and this one is the PCB layout. I explain each one separately, but you might ask, what's the benefit of this Altium develop? What's the catch? Altium develop offers many features, but one stands out. It makes teamwork easy and helps you perform your best, especially on complex PCB projects. Imagine you are in a team where one person works on the power supply, another designs the digital circuits, and someone else handles the RF parts, such as Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Another team member creates the bill of materials and buys the components. If you rely on traditional methods, things will get messy. This will lead to many misunderstandings, errors, and frustration. It will delay your project, stress the team members, and affect the company's income and reputation. You will see the difference. So I won't explain more. Follow this link in the YouTube video description and test it with your 1 month free legal license. That sign up allows you to download the project files from this link also. So let's come back to our documents. Let me zoom in on the schematic. Now it's fine. As I mentioned earlier, the schematic looks simple thanks to the TP4101 chip, which integrates both the charging and protection functions. This is a 6-pin USB Type-C port. For EMC compliance, I don't think the body shield should be connected to the circuit ground. R3 and R4 are pull-down resistors for the CC1 and CC2 pins. They indicate that this Type-C port is on the load side and ensure maximum current delivery. R1 serves two purposes. It slightly drops the supply voltage and, together with C1 and C2, forms a low-pass RC filter that helps reduce supply noise. The PR resistor defines the charging current. For example, a 2K resistor sets the current to 400 milliamps. You can refer to this table or check the datasheet for other charging current values. C3 and C4 are output capacitors that provide stability and noise filtering. Now let's move on to the PCB. The PCB is tiny and easy to understand. Let me show you the board in 3D. This is the top view, bottom view. Let's come back to 2D. Besides proper component placement, grounding is also very important. The ground plane on the top layer has no loops, and on the bottom layer, except for these two small areas, the ground plane is almost solid. Via stitching helps reduce the length and impedance of the ground path. In the final PCB revision, I have added these extra vias also. So go ahead and build one for yourself.